I'm Marisa Richmond. I'm a native of Davidson County, and I am an at-large representative on the Democratic National Committee from the state of Tennessee. We're getting ready to nominate candidates for president and vice president for the Democratic Party. Our convention will be held this summer, July 13th to 16th in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Now we're beginning the delegate selection process. Those candidates who are out there running around the country, including here in Tennessee, have to get 15% in a state in their congressional district to win those delegate seats. Anybody who wishes to be a delegate is able to run. You'll have to declare no later than February 20th, but your candidate must get to 15%. You file that paperwork with the Tennessee Democratic Party, tndp.org. We vote in the primary March 3rd. Early voting starts February 12th. There will then be county conventions on Saturday, March 7th. Start time is exactly the same in every single county, 1 p.m. Eastern Time, 12 noon Central Time. And they will select people to go to the congressional district conventions 2 weeks later. Saturday, March 21st, again the exact same times. And they will select a total of 42 people across the state based on those March 3rd primary results. And those people will then be officially delegates to the convention and will go to Milwaukee and cast their votes for president. Additional seats will be filled out to fill out diversity guidelines by the State Executive Committee on Saturday, April 18th.
What does it mean to be a delegate?
To be a delegate, you'll have a vote on the floor of the convention hall, the home of the Milwaukee Bucks. We'll have a total of 73 from Tennessee. You would also get a vote on the final platform, any issues that come up. You get to network with delegates, not just from Tennessee, but from all over, literally the world, because it includes all the territories as well. There's the fun side of it, all the parties, the bar. I would often call this the Olympics for political junkies. 50,000 people are expected to be in Milwaukee that week.
What are we voting for in the primary, and how beholden are the delegates to that?
When we are casting that vote for that candidate for president, we're expressing our desire that this candidate win delegate seats. And again, they have to get a minimum of 15% to win those seats. We'll have these conventions to put, as I say it, the fannies in those seats. In order to win the nomination, they have to get a majority of the overall delegates. And so Tennessee, this is our part of the process. The fact is, delegates vote their conscience for the good of the party and the good of the nation. So even though you're pledged, you're not required to vote, but 99% will follow through on that pledge. Maybe they're looking at national polls. Maybe something has happened between the primary and between the convention that maybe they think, I need to change my vote and switch to another candidate. So they actually do have that right as Democrats.
So actually to be a delegate is a pretty powerful position.
Yes, absolutely. It will be competitive at those conventions.
Do they give speeches? What do they do?
Yes, so when we get to the conventions, we'll break up into caucuses, again, based on that minimum 15% number. So we'll see which campaigns get a caucus. So a group of supporters for that candidate. And the number of seats given to each caucus will be based on the primary results. So the Biden caucus will be in one room. Buttigieg, Sanders, Warren, even potentially Klobuchar, Bloomberg, Steyer, they will all get their own separate rooms. The people running for those delegate seats will stand up in front of all the others and say, please vote for me. Here's what I've done for the campaign. As many ballots as necessary to get to somebody who gets a majority of the vote.
What we vote for is for how many delegates you get.
Correct.
And then at the conventions, the caucuses vote for who sits in those delegate seats.
Precisely.
So you want someone who theoretically is going to be loyal to your candidate, but also do what's right for the country. And that's sort of the speech that they're going to give.
Yeah, so they're going to be out there saying, I did this, I knocked on this number of doors, I made this many phone calls, I helped raise this amount of money, I've been out there, I supported this candidate since day one, I am enthusiastic, I want to go, and I'm ready to cast my vote for candidate X, so please vote for me so I get to go to Milwaukee and do that.
Can you talk to me about superdelegates?
The term officially is automatic delegates. Tennessee has 9 of them. I am one of those 9. There are 6 of us who are members of the Democratic National Committee. Our state party chair, Mary Mancini. Our vice chair, Bob Cowan of Roane County. We have 1 each from the 3 Grand Divisions. Bill Owen of East Tennessee, Will Cheek of Middle Tennessee, Gail Jones Carson of West Tennessee, and then I'm at large. So we're the 6. We have 2 members of Congress. Steve Cohen of Memphis, Jim Cooper of Nashville, and then there's a category of automatic delegates called senior party leaders, and that includes former Vice President Al Gore. So we're the 9 from Tennessee.
My understanding is you are not going to be involved in the first ballot.
For president, yes. So I cannot vote for president on first ballot only, but I can vote on everything else.
Theoretically, if nobody has
A majority, yeah,
a majority-
50% plus one.
So a majority of the delegates in the first ballot, then here come the superdelegates, and then you get to weigh in. Each individual superdelegate has their own thought process for how they will vote.
Yes.
And you get to vote your conscience. You know, there's a fear, I would say, out there that the superdelegates all will vote one way or another. Do you think that there's a diversity of thought among superdelegates?
Yes. 538.com is actually tracking all of us by name. We're all over the spectrum right now.
Okay. And is it probably a pretty good chance that it'll get to a second ballot?
Well, the last time was before I was born, so it's been a long time. I'm hoping it doesn't happen, and I do believe that as we go through the primary and caucus process through all the states, I believe that we will actually have a candidate, a presumptive nominee, once we get through all of them in June. But in theory, yes, it's possible nobody has wrapped up a majority of the vote when we get to Milwaukee, and at that point, anything can happen.